continuing with mental math strategies, possibly the simplest mental math strategy that we will come across is a strategy that simply uses the commutative and associative properties of addition and multiplication. If you think about it, combining the commutative and associative properties of addition and multiplication really says that you can add and multiply a list of numbers in any order you like, and you'll get the same answer. So if we had a problem like 37 plus 88 plus 63 plus 12, if we were adding strictly left to right, that might not be the easiest mental problem, simply because we're going to have to regroup in a couple of place values in the first addition, and then depending on what our answer is, we might have to regroup as we go. However, if we use the fact that we can add these numbers in any order we like, we don't have to just go left to right, we can notice, if we have a little bit of number sense, that the 37 and the 63 are what we call a hundreds combination. They add up to 100 on the nose, as do 88 and 12. So if we take advantage of these nice hundreds combinations and the fact that we can add in any order, we can turn the problem that we're given into the equivalent problem that we would obtain just by rearranging the order of the numbers we were given. And the problem 37 plus 63 plus 88 plus 12 is far easier mentally than the problem we were given, because we can notice the 37 and the 63 give us 100, the 88 and the 12 give us 100, and of course 100 plus 100 is 200, very easy to compute mentally. We can use the same idea for multiplication problems. Again, same as the previous problem, if we tried to multiply 250 times 37 times 4 strictly left to right, that would be a very difficult problem mentally. I don't know of anyone that knows 250 times 37 off the top of their head. However, again, if we use the fact that we can multiply in any order we like, we notice that 250 times 4 is an easy computation. It's 1,000. So if we just reorder these numbers and interchange the 37 to 4, then we see that the original problem, 250 times 37 times 4, is equivalent to 250 times 4 times 37. We can mentally multiply 250 times 4 to get 1,000. And 1,000 times 37 is a very easy mental problem. It is very easy to multiply by numbers that add in a bunch of zeros. This just represents a place value shift 3 places to the left. Finally, if we can extend this process or this idea to problems involving fraction arithmetic, addition and subtraction. If we have 11/14 minus 3/5 plus 3/14, again, if we just proceed left to right, this is a very difficult problem to do mentally. We would have to get a common denominator in subtracting 11/14 and 3/5. And then we might have to do so again when we took that difference and added on 3/14. However, again, we recognize that the 11/14 and the 3/14 already have the same denominator, so they can be added quite easily. So if we just interchange the positive 3/14 and the negative 3/5, we see that our original problem is equivalent to 11/14 plus 3/14 minus 3/5. 11/14 plus 3/14 is 14/14, which is equivalent to 1. We are just left with 1 minus 3/5, which we can easily compute mentally as 2/5. So again, a very simple process, but you'd be surprised how often students forget that they actually can add and multiply numbers in whatever order they like. Combining this idea with some number sense, the ability to notice these nice combinations, can make these problems that on the surface look difficult to compute mentally very easy.